Hey everybody, it's the Ioniq guy, and I've got good news if you're in Europe, and hopefully good news for us here in North America too. So I was perusing the European Hyundai news website today, and I saw in the last week they made an announcement saying that plug-in charge is coming to Ioniq 6. Ioniq 6 is the launch vehicle for plug-in charge. Hopefully it'll spread to the Ioniq 5 and future Ioniq models. But for the time being, it's only going to be on Ioniq 6. But if you want to find out more about how this system is going to operate, stay tuned. So for those of you who don't know what plug-in charge is, basically you go to a DC fast charger and all you do is you take the plug, insert it into the car speaks with the charger, they do a little handshake, and then the car just starts charging. You don't have to pull out an RFID card, a credit card, your cell phone, nothing. The car initiates all of this communication and gets the charging session started. And this is something that Tesla owners have been used to for a very long time. Other manufacturers are starting to roll it out, and I'm really happy to see that Hyundai is finally getting the ball rolling with plug-in charge because it can make your life so much easier from what I hear. I've never experienced a car with it, but I'm jealous of Tesla owners that can just show up to a Tesla supercharger, plug in, and just walk away and just know that it's going to start initiating a charging session. So a little bit of background about how Hyundai's system operates. So earlier in 2023, Hyundai teamed up with all the big charging players in Europe, and they created an application and an RFID card that combined all of these charging networks together. So you could show up to any charging network, be it Ioniq or what have you, and you could take out this RFID card, scan it, and plug in, and it should initiate a charge. Now this was a good step in the right direction, but it's still not quite plug-in charge. And after this preliminary rollout of the Charge My Hyundai application and being able to charge at any facility all on one kind of pseudo network, now they're able to roll out plug-in charge. Now that all these networks talk to each other, the car can talk to any of these chargers. So according to the press release, they say once Hyundai customers have enabled the function in their Charge My Hyundai account, a contract certificate will be installed on their vehicle the first time they plug it into a plug-in charge enabled charging point. The installation takes approximately 10 seconds and will ensure that future charging sessions commence automatically. That sounds pretty quick and painless to me. Hyundai goes on, with Charge My Hyundai, billing is simplified as well. Even with multiple charging sessions across various charge point operators, customers still receive one monthly invoice. Hyundai also goes on to talk about the security of the system, saying that all this data is encrypted through an ISO standard 15118. This security is guaranteed by Hubject, the operator of the plug-in charge ecosystem used by Hyundai. So it sounds like this is starting out with two charge point operators, that being Ionity and Aral Pulse. Those are going to be the two launch partners with more to follow. I personally have never heard of Aral Pulse, but I know Ionity is a major player in the European market, and I know they're probably one of the most widespread, so good to see that they're starting out with one of the best charging networks in Europe currently. Now, if you own an Ioniq 5 that's not plug-in charge capable right now, you might be interested in this Charge My Hyundai application that unifies all the charging networks. Hyundai actually touts here that they have over 500,000 charging points across 30 countries throughout Europe. So that's a pretty big network. And if you can use one app to utilize all those networks, God, that would be the dream here in the US. So if any of my viewers are European and own an Ioniq 6 and have tried this plug-in charge, please let us know how it's working down below. I know there's probably not a lot of you, but I figure it's worth asking, and I would love to hear how it's working out. And if you're an Ioniq 5 owner and have been using the Charge My Hyundai application, let me know how that works too. It'll be interesting to see if that's something that they're working on behind the scenes here in the US to kind of partner with the major players like EVgo, ChargePoint, and Electrify America. Plug-in charge is really a crucial step to easing people into EVs because as it stands right now, it's still not for the faint of heart, especially if you have to drive long distances very often. If you can charge at home on a daily basis and don't need to utilize any DC fast charging, having an EV is amazing. The second you have to do a 1,000-mile trip, a 2,000-mile trip, you don't really know what you're going to get all the time. So it does kind of stress people out. And maybe you show up to a charger and your phone won't connect to it, or the RFID credit card scanner is not working either. at least with plug-in charge, maybe there's some hope that it kind of alleviates some of that unnecessary burden of having to use applications and credit cards and other things. So I really hope that Hyundai's working on this in the background for North America, but Europe, you're going to be the guinea pigs for this one. So hopefully it works out well. Let us know down below. So anyway, I just wanted to share this news with you guys. If you liked today's video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody.